Hi, welcome back to my video vlog. Today we are in south of Spain and I'm with Pierre himself.
Hello, Carol.
Hello. So we're going to do a quick interview, which is absolute pleasure. I've prepared a couple of questions. I hope you'll find it interesting. So the first one is about Pierre starting his own brand really. So when you have started and you knew you have to build your own brand, you have to publicize yourself and do a different work for certain magazines, how do you find that if you started the same career today, considering the social media, cell phones and so on, would you do things different?
Well, yes, of course. I always moved at the time and absolutely loved the new technology and Instagram and all the different things you have and WhatsApp or whatever. And yes, of course, it's much faster today and a lot cheaper. In my time, we spent days taking photographs and makeup artists and lighting and studio, etc., etc. Every hair had to be perfect. And then we had to develop the photograph, and then we had to make them into slides, and they had to be plastic in front, not glass, in front of the slide, so they don't break in the post. And then we had to send them to thousands of magazines, and we did this every week, and that's how I publicized myself. Besides of doing clients all day and running the business in itself, and then later on started traveling. I built my own name up basically like that, by literally bombarding the magazine industry, the publications around the world, and eventually I became known and everybody knew my name.
So today, do you think you would go in the direction of Instagram and social media, or would you still be trying to get the magazine covers?
Everything.
Both?
Absolutely everything, because you can't just go on one, because the media is very fickle anyway. So magazines and newspapers, about personalities and so on, you have to go definitely both to cover yourself. Absolutely, no question about it.
Well, leading to that, obviously in our salons we employ quite a few stylists, a lot of ambitious people. So I wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to a young stylist, let's say 20 years old, that just got on the shop floor? What do you think they should be looking for the most important if they wanted to make a career out of hairdressing?
It's a big question, this. First of all, you've got to have talent. And you've got to look good, either you're different or good, you stand out from people. And above all, you have to have a lot of personality. Without personality, I don't think you really make it anyway. You've got to have this for this profession, to talk to the clients and be bubbly and smiley and etc., all these sort of things. At any time in our eras, in our centuries and all through the centuries, it's always the same. There are winners and losers in life. Winners are people who've got personality, who've got all the things that you said, and talent, and know how to publicize themselves, and therefore they win. Very simple. It's a matter of putting the time in, putting the consistency particularly in, and hard work. It's bloody hard work.
So when you started your career, and obviously I've seen on the pictures, various magazines, magazine covers, you were excellent at cutting, at coloring, and at hair ups and styling. What did you do in your training? What did you do in your career to achieve that standard?
Well, I started hairdressing training in Switzerland, in Basel, and I did 3 years barbering first, training, very hard training, and then a year and a half ladies hairdressing. So I trained for 4.5 years altogether, so I became all-round hairdresser.
Because I know that you're self-taught, so after completing your NVQ, I think that's where the young talents are looking for training. That's for right. Different academies. So I wanted to find out more about, how was you able to self-teach yourself?
Right.
Really?
I didn't learn anything of what I did later on, except of course the basic of hairdressing. I practiced basically every night. I had friends from neighbors and girlfriends and friends and so on. So I come to my house, or I went to their house, and I practiced different hairstyles. Practicing is the whole point of actually doing anything. You don't get good, you don't become a gold medal winner unless you practice. And it's exactly the same in hairdressing. And it got to be consistent. You can't do it 1 week because you feel like it, and next week you don't feel like it. You never get anywhere. It's like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But you have to be consistent. It's not a problem because you love the job. If you love the job, it's not work, and therefore you want to do it 24/7. But that's what I did, basically. You just have to give your life to this profession. It's not a job like any other job. You're a psychiatrist, you're a hairstylist, you're an artist, you got to have very good communication skill to talk to anybody about anything and find out how they feel. Don't tell them your life story. Listen is a very, very important point. And it has never been different from 50 years ago when I started until today. People always want to be cared for and looked after. It's a normal thing. Basically, give people the same what you like to be have done to yourself. So talk to the clients the way you would like people to talk to you when you go to a shop, etc., etc. So this is very important to keep in mind. Don't do anything to anybody else you don't like to be done to yourself. So therefore, it gives you a natural, good feeling about pleasing other people. It is a matter about pleasing people, really.
Thank you, Pierre. Just a quick question for the end. In so many years in the industry, you've seen so much. Can you tell me what do you think about where the industry is going? Are you happy with everything? Do you think anything is gonna change? What's your take on it?
I find it's fabulous, particularly the hair colors at the moment. I'm a bit jealous, really, that we didn't have these hair colors to make colors like you do today in the salons. At my time, I started with crazy colors. Before crazy colors came in, I used carpet dye. I did David Bowie's red hair, Ziggy Stardust, whatever, with carpet dye, because there was no crazy color around, there was no hair color around, so we used that. We were inventive, you know, we didn't have anything put on our plate, we had to invent things. And it was a very good time to invent things because nothing was done. We had 2 setting lotions, for example, in my salon for 20 years. And it changed, you know, by hairdressing wanting more, clients wanting more, by demand, and of course invention, science and biology, you know, it's just like a lot of different things, but natural things now and so on. I think the future of hairdressing is fantastic. There was a time that I thought it might die, that people go and do their own hair at home. But I think, really thinking logically about it, people always want to be pampered. Even if they could do the hair color at home or even the haircut at home, they still like somebody to do it for them. It's like basically massaging yourself or being massaged. It's a similar sort of thing. And that will keep the profession going by being different than what you can do at home and better, and being professional and make people want to come to you. And that's very, very important.
Right, thank you very much, Pierre.
It's a pleasure, and I hope it helped.
Thank you, and thank you very much for watching, and just tune in next week on Sunday for the next episode. Thank you, bye.
Bye.